Hey, today we're going to take a look at the Hollyland Lark M1. We're actually going to compare it against the Hollyland Lark C1. They're very similar, but they do have some differences, and I'm going to tell you what those differences are so you can make an educated buying choice. All right, this is the M1. As you can see, it comes with a really nice carrying case. Let's open up the C1. Oh, very similar case. Boy, they look exactly identical. Let's see what's inside the C1 over here first. Ooh, we see the charge case. And also looks like some wind muffs right here. Let's see over here in the M1. Oh, it looks like the same exact thing. Look at these cases. They're very similar. They're almost identical. You have the C1 here and the M1. Very identical, but if you open them up, you're going to start seeing the differences in actually what's inside them. Both have dual mics, both have a single receiver, but as you can see, there's some differences there. We're going to take a look at those differences. Absolutely cool. See what else is in the case. Looks like they both have wind muffs in here, and then they look like they have this little secret compartment back here where you're going to have your charge cords. Absolutely, and then you also have your cords to plug into your various devices. I also got a hold of this optional cord right here. It's going to allow me to plug the device into my USB-C port on my Android phone. So really excited to get this thing started. Okay, we're taking a look at the Lark C1 and the Lark M1, both from Hollyland. The Lark C1 comes with this charge case, but as you open it up, you see some differences here. The main difference between the Lark C1 and Lark M1, they both have the same exact microphones, but the receiver. In the Lark C1, you have this receiver that actually has a USB-C connector on it that will plug right into the end of your phone. If you want one for an Apple iPhone, you have to buy that model of Lark C1. You can buy it in both models, either USB-C or the Apple Lightning connector. But this one, since I have an Android phone, I wanted the Lark C1 USB-C. Both come with the windscreen and the same exact case and the connectors, but the Lark C1 won't have any patch cords because it plugs right into the phone. But the Lark M1, on the other hand, same exact charge case, same exact accessories. It's got some extra patch cords, same exact microphones on each side. You got cool windscreens. They automatically connect when you take them out of the charge port. But this receiver is much different. If you notice, there's no connector for your cell phone. Everything's going to connect right through this hole for an 1/8" jack from one of the patch cords that you have. So it comes with a charge cord and also a couple different 1/8" patch cords. So this patch cord actually has an 1/8" jack on it and allows you to plug into the side of the receiver, and then the other side could go into the side of your DSLR camera or whatever other device you have that takes an 1/8" patch cord. This allows you to hook it up to many different devices. It even comes with a different type of ring tip patch cord in case your camera or device needs a different type of 3-ring instead of a 2-ring tipped 1/8" jack. Now I got a hold of the optional 1/8" jack to USB-C patch cord. This will allow me to hook it up straight to my Android cell phone that has a USB connector and use it as my sound source. So now I'm good to go with this M1. I can go both ways, camera or cell phone, but with the Lark C1, you have to go with the model of cell phone that it's made for, either Android or Apple, USB-C or Lightning Fast Connector. Both are great wireless systems, but that's the main difference between the Lark C1 from Hollyland and the Lark M1. Let's get this hooked up to the camera and see what the sound sounds like. Okay, so now I hooked the Lark M1 receiver up to my cell phone, and I've got the microphone in from the Lark M1 on to test and see exactly how it works in and out of the Android type phone. And so far, both tests have turned out really well, but here you can hear the sound of the M1. Next, I'll plug in the C1 into the same USB-C connector on my Android phone. And again, if you want the C1 and you like the sound better on the C1, know that you need to buy it specific to the type of port you're going to use on your device. So USB-C on Android and Lightning Fast Charger on the Apple products, and you can buy this in either or configuration. Whereas the M1, you have all these patch cords that you can use for a camera that uses an 1/8" jack. You can also buy Lightning cord adapters for it to go from 1/8" jack to Apple Lightning cords, or 1/8" jack, what I'm using right now, to a USB-C connector. So this is very versatile. This is more specific. Let's see how the audio turns out and you can make a decision based on how you like the audio. This is the M1 going through an Android phone, an S21. Now I'll hook up the C1. Okay, now I've hooked up the Lark C1 microphone in the same place that I had the M1 on. I took the receiver and plugged it into my Android cell phone right into the side port using the onboard USB-C connector. If you want the C1 with an Apple connector, you need to buy a different model. They sell them in both models. You can get each of them separately. The M1, you have cords and patch cords. We just heard what the M1 sounds like. Now I've hooked up the Lark C1. I've taken the receiver and I've plugged it right into the end of my Android phone. And I've taken the microphone and clipped it to my lapel exactly where the M1. And now you can hear the audio difference between the Hollyland Lark C1 and the Hollyland Lark M1. Which one is for you? That's up to you, but they are both great wireless microphone kits for your social media or for your video creation. Absolutely amazing.